This isn't just another headline, so stop what you're doing. Following the most successful hip-hop tour of the decade, Kendrick Lamar, one of the most paid rappers on the planet, just made the unimaginable secret move. No, one was anticipated. According to reports, Kendrick gave up all of the money he made from one leg of his great national tour and handed it directly to Rakim, the lyrical rap guru. Yes, the man whose poems influenced a generation, the pioneer, the legend. Furthermore, this is not a marketing, charity, or tax runoff. Kendrick's silence was this: bravo to the individual who set the groundwork. And he accomplished it without a tweet, a press release, or any words. But believe me, the hip-hop community went crazy the moment this information was made public. According to reports, J. Cole texted, "Bro, you serious? Drake?" Silent. What does this mean for hip-hop royalty? Jay-Z reportedly phoned Rakim directly and said, "That's the realest move I've ever seen." Kendrick did it now, but why? And in his last performance, what subliminal message did he leave behind? Let's take it back, everyone. Prior to Before Not Like Us turned the tide and silenced an entire generation of influential rappers, Kendrick was selling out arenas all over Europe. This was before he received Grammys, Pulitzer Prizes, and record-breaking verses. Rakim was the moniker that made people tremble before streaming was a thing. The man whose rhyming scheme and breath control revolutionized rap. Kendrick never forgot why so many rappers, including him, even picked up a pen. Because Kendrick Lamar has been covertly preparing something much more ambitious than the majority of today's chart-topping artists who are primarily focused about sponsorships and streams. A decision that wasn't motivated by money, but rather by heritage. The receipts are now leaking. Sources inside Top Dog Entertainment are verifying the wire transfers that are coming to light. Yes, he relinquished it. Over $820 million was made over the entire Paris run. Rakim will get all of it. It's a gesture, not a sacrifice, according to Kendrick. He's repaying the game's debt. Do you hear this? An elite artist in his heyday just gave another legend a fortune, and he never made a post about it. It didn't go. Online did not give the blogs a call. He simply did it. Hip-hop is currently in complete disbelief. Why Paris? Why Rakim? Let's dissect this thoroughly now, because money isn't the only factor here. This has to do with something far larger. According to insiders, Kendrick's moving performance in Paris prompted the decision. He freestyled for almost 10 minutes straight that night before leaving the stage without a word. Supporters believed he was simply being mysterious. However, that exit was actually prearranged. He had to take a private airplane to New York, so he finished the show early. According to a source, Rakim was personally presented with a check and a message. Kendrick reportedly gave him 2 briefcases and a handwritten letter that said, "You don't know what you did for me, but I do." There was no press, no video, just a holy conversation between 2 titans. That message was, "This game was built on your voice, I'm just echoing it." Additionally, since the news is now leaking, the legends, the OGs, the fans, and the artists are all trying to figure it out. The rumors began weeks ago. Longtime Kendrick collaborator and producer Terrace Martin started it all with a mysterious Instagram tale. The post featured a grainy image of Kendrick pacing with his hands on his head backstage in Paris. It's insane for the culture that the caption reads, "It's about to do something." Nobody understood what that meant at the time. Some believed it to be an unexpected album. Some speculated that there was a wild rumor about a collaboration with Andre Sen, claimed that Kendrick was permanently exiting the rap industry. Now, however, everything makes sense. It has nothing to do with dropping bars. It was about offering flowers and passing the torch while they were still important. As well as Rakim. Silence is nothing new to him, although he hasn't said anything in public yet. People close to him claim that as Kendrick entered the room, he started crying. Legends respect one another. To be clear, Rake didn't request this. He isn't pleading for attention here. He's not chasing influence or venting on podcasts, but that's precisely why Kendrick did. Real people know real people. And Kendrick is aware that a dam cannot exist unless it is fully paid for. Without Reich and Eric B., it would be impossible. To pimp a butterfly, without the handwriting Rake invented, there wouldn't be a Pulitzer for rap. Going viral wasn't the goal here. Closing the loop was the goal here. A close engineer remarked, "It's like Kendrick saw the entire arc of hip-hop in one moment, and he made the decision to respect the past rather than chase the next bag. It takes courage to do that. It requires vision." Fans were shaken. Before this tale became viral on social media, no one had taken this action. The fan responses were crazy. Kendrick didn't just make history. Dude87 tweeted at Real Hip Hop, redefining what hip hop should look like as it matures. Even on TikTok, the younger generation was hit with the feels. At bars, fans remarked, "You mean to tell me Kendrick skipped a flex and gave millions to Rake? That's some." An adolescent user included a clip of Kendrick's Paris performance fading into old music in their compilation titled, "When Your Favorite Is Actually a Real One." Rake videos with the comment, "This is what loyalty to the culture looks like," were posted. However, the story is still developing because there are now rumors that this wasn't an isolated incident. Reich is rumored to be executive producing Kendrick's upcoming project. According to some, Reich even recorded vocals for a covert cameo on Kendrick's next album, which isn't yet named. Is it possible? We will soon find out. However, there's no denying that hip-hop just saw something unprecedented. This gesture is so genuine, so unfiltered, and so genuine that it's not a diss, a collaboration, or a beef. Unanticipated that the game would change forever. Are you prepared for this? Because everyone was clapping as the crowd celebrated Kendrick's silent homage to Rake. Indeed. Some of the most well-known figures in the game were left completely taken aback, and not in a positive manner. Major hip-hop executives' secret group discussion appeared online just 24 hours after the transfer leak. And what did it show? Yes, unity wasn't involved here. It was war. He made us appear insignificant, dividing the industry. Within the purportedly leaked discussion that included representatives from Republic, Atlantic, and even Def Jam, someone stated, "Kendrick just threw a grenade into the machine. If other artists start doing this, we're done." Another added Rake, "Really great guy, but giving away millions. Kendrick just made everyone else look selfish AF." One senior exec went further, allegedly posting, "This wasn't a tribute. This was an attack on the entire sector." See what occurs next? I took a screenshot of that particular message, shared. A viral dot, and followers immediately began to inquire as to Kendrick is attempting to reveal more. Was there a silent protest in this action? Without uttering a word, he is criticizing the game. Know what's crazy? Kendrick remains silent. No live broadcast, no post, no news release. Nevertheless, the message was understood by all, and paying tribute to Reich wasn't the only goal. This had to do with the dysfunctional commercial rap system. The heritage was being choked by streaming platforms. This concerned new musicians who were unaware of their past and gatekeepers, who take everything from the culture without contributing anything in return. TDE insiders claim that Kendrick has been frustrated for months following the conclusion of his grand national tours. This game forgot its fathers. According to one source, Kendrick demanded all of the money from his Paris leg. "If I keep eating without feeding the ones who planted the seeds, I'm no different than them." He sat down with his core crew. Not only his personal take, but also streaming bonuses, tour merchandise, and even anonymously redirected VIP upsells. Kendrick reportedly stated, "Then I'll go independent," despite TDE's reluctance. "I owe you more than money," Kendrick stated during the meeting with Reich. According to sources close to Reich's circle, "This is bigger than me." He took a plane to Long Island. Reich's hometown was not disclosed. According to reports, he arrived without a manager, with only one security guard and 2 briefcases. Kendrick arrived at Rake's recording studio, knocked once, and when the door opened, he literally, not metaphorically, knelt down. Kendrick reportedly responded, "What you did for me, for all," to a startled Rake who reportedly chuckled and asked, "Man, what are you doing? Of us, it cannot be valued, but this is my first try." A check purportedly for $8 was found inside one briefcase. $2 million. A 16-page handwritten letter detailing how Rake's music saved his life was found inside the other. He said, "Every line you spit was armor. I walked through Compton in your cadence. I rapped your bars to calm myself before battles when the radio forgot you didn't. This is me remembering," was speechless. Speechless. The initial surprise. Drake would never act in this manner. Things became chaotic at that point. Imagine trying to stay relevant by giving money away. That's not real power. That's a guilt trip. Lee Casey, the mysterious burner account Dash It Champagne, said on Twitter, shortly after the leaks were made public, "In less than 2 hours, the message had 4,000 or 5,000 likes. However, what caused it to blow up?" The response is, due to a confirmed producer who either tweeted this shocking information or rumored. To collaborate with Obi, in 2016, Drake had the opportunity to work with Rake. But he stated that he didn't want to use traditional energy for his rollout. Facts? The fans went nuts. Kendrick opposes supporters of Drake. Gen Z versus OG heads. Memes were all over the timeline. The bag was given by Kendrick. Drake shrugged. Kendrick is the GOAT because of this. He can recall his origins. Imagine being able to praise the architect. After stadiums are sold out, it goes beyond rap. J. Cole speaks up. "We observe late at a monument." That evening, Jay on his Instagram story, Cole shared a monochromatic image of Rake. Only one word beneath it: show respect. Fans knew Jay, despite the lack of a tag, caption, or explanation. Cole was stating his position. Soon after, there were rumors that Cole was preparing his own gesture for the lyrical idol of NASA. The enthusiasm was genuine. Even though a phony insider tweet made the joke, "If Cole buys NASA mansion, the internet might shut down." Kendrick's action went beyond a simple donation. To all the top artists, it was a challenge, a silent dare. For those who came before you, what are you doing? The music business goes into a panic. Is this a pattern? Meanwhile, freakout mode is going on at the big labels. One tour promoter allegedly stated in a leaked Slack message, "If Kendrick's moves starts a trend, we're going to have to restructure contracts. Artists will start demanding legacy clauses." Another executive went on to say, "The problem is that fans love this. We're supposed to be selling aspirational fantasy, not integrity." Simply amazing. They were concerned because Kendrick had just reminded everyone that authenticity still sells, not because of the money. That modesty is more powerful than gaudy chains. Additionally, a handwritten letter might occasionally have greater significance than a platinum plaque. However, another surprise was on the horizon when the dust settled, because a fresh video came out right when fans believed they had the whole story. Kendrick's dedication to Rake was shown in a video that had the potential to change everything. Perhaps years in the works, and it might possibly be the start of a much larger scheme. The whole story is being turned upside down by what fans recently learned in a leaked backstage video from Kendrick's Grand National Tour, which began as a leak, but is now becoming a revolution. Years of meticulous planning may have gone into what we all believed to be a one-time homage. The video that rocked the chronology. It started when Atrial Tour Moments, a TikTok user uploaded a grainy, dark, and obviously unfit for public release 17-second video headlined, "Is this Kendrick talking about Rake back in Berlin?" However, when the audio was improved, supporters went crazy. Kendrick may be seen pacing backstage while carrying a notebook in the video. "You good?" a stagehand asks. I'm not trying to just do a Torah tie. I'm trying to rewrite the whole script. This ain't about me anymore. The originators need to eat. They need the light. Kendrick's voice carries weight. This was no idle thought. It was a mission. Fans are now delving deeply. Rewatching interviews, deciphering lyrics, and examining old tweets are all part of their research. Kendrick's homage to Rake was obviously not an impromptu one. It has been steadily and silently growing. For years, the breadcrumbs have been present. When asked, "Who's your GOAT?" on the 2015 Grammy red carpet, Kendrick said, "Rake, no question." He then handed us the map. 2018, when asked why he donned a vintage Rake tee and Eric B outfit in an interview with GQ. Kendrick said, "Because y'all a leaked audio recording of Kendrick saying, 'When I win, Rake wins.' That's how it's supposed to be." But we never connected. The dots appeared on Clubhouse in 2021, but I didn't remember. The image is now clear. The Paris payoff was only the beginning of a new movement that Kendrick has been hinting at for almost 10 years. Several unconfirmed insiders are now asserting that Kendrick's homage isn't a one-off, but rather the beginning of something far larger as part of Kott's legacy project. It is referred to as the Legacy Project. As said by Whispers, Kendrick is using his own money to create a documentary series about the hip-hop pioneers that will be told by legendary figures. To provide financial support to elderly MCs who have never received their bouquets, he is starting a trust fund. The most startling of all is that Kendrick is allegedly preparing a legacy label that transfers ownership, revealed to rappers from the Golden Age. Yes, you heard correctly. A label that mentors the upcoming generation of MCs and gives Rake, KRS-One, MC Lyte, Kool G Rap, and others complete creative and financial control. This is about restoration. It's not just about money, a TDE insider said. Kendrick is sick of seeing icons go extinct while up-and-coming musicians steal their look. Social media goes crazy. Our hip-hop Avengers are this group. Hip-hop history. NYC was where these rumors first surfaced on Twitter. Kendrick honoring Rake in a tweet is the first domino. Now he is putting the gods together. Even Nas weighed in with a mysterious tweet when Burgazone wrote, "We finally got a rapper that ain't chasing charts. He's chasing culture. Show respect to those who penned ink while you were still writing with a pencil. It's the most genuine gesture since Nippy's victory lap," according to fans. A change in culture. The hashtag LEACY over luxury has already received 12 million views on TikTok Talk, marking the moment hip-hop matured. Just when supporters believed they had heard it all, the game changed once more. A fresh voice memo purportedly from a recent TDE Studios session was leaked. Kendrick is heard talking to a few of his associates. He spoke in a grave tone. "The industry is no longer there. Fight this. They're gone. Try to flip it or call it fake. I'm not here to prove nothing though. I'm here to remind the younger ones how to finish it and to remind them who started it." After a little silence, you hear him recite Rake's verse. "Hold on, it's in wait." Which verse? The fandom went crazy at that point. We could be on the verge of something nobody ever imagined if this is true and Kendrick managed to get Rake back in the booth. A partnership with Kendrick XREM. 4 years. It has been kept a secret. One that might be included in a surprise that is coming up drop that exposes the lies of the industry while paying tribute to the culture's origins. It's a startling turn. An undiscovered song from 2017. Prepare to have your mind blown. An unreleased version of the song Heaven's Echo was discovered by a Reddit member via an old private SoundCloud link connected to an enigmatic account. Halfway through the song, a smoother, deeper voice that sounds exactly like Rake replaces. Kendrick says, "The wireless stage and the taverns of the golden period. I used the shadows of the page to ghostwrite the culture. He recalled my legacy, which was rendered forever because they forgot me. Now, people are rushing to find out if this is true. Rake's 1995 voice recordings are said to have the same tone, cadence, and vocal grit by several audio professionals. If accurate, Kendrick has been waiting, preparing, and creating the moment on this joint track for more than 7 years. The question now is this the beginning? This isn't merely a tribute, though. If Kendrick is actually launching a Reichled return, legacy label, and a whole campaign to alter the cultural equilibrium of hip-hop, Kendrick just cracked the code and the floodgates are open. Therefore, the industry needs to be prepared for this transformation. Both the industry and fans have voiced their opinions. However, the responses to Kendrick's Rake tribute, they are not united at all. This one action has actually caused a rift in the entire culture and a backlash. Crazy, the internet's collapse. Within 48 hours of the Rake revelation, Kendrick performed what anyone else would do in response to No Toe. In 23 countries, Ashkadot was popular for its cultural significance. Videos of fans' heartfelt reactions, including sobs, praise, and even rapping old Rake bars in remembrance, were all over TKA Bronxhorn hip-hop heads video. Baby Forever had 8 million views. You guys don't get it. Rake's removal from the conversation is something I grew up witnessing. He was now returned to the peak by Kendrick. Hip-hop, not Billboard charts, is what this is. However, the celebration of love continued. Celebrities got in and made powerful messages. Cool J shared a picture of Kendrick and Rake with the message, "Real kings don't need crowns to rule." Celebrities reply, praise, jealousy, and mystery shots. Salute J. Cole, who hasn't commented on the project yet, shared a picture with "Inspired by the gods," he said in his own handwritten bars in 2009. As Erykah Badu tweeted, "A whole constellation is born when one light shines on a legend." But not everybody was vibing with the love. Some responses were ice cold. The shade begins. Who's truly mad? Funny how people only honor the past when their present is slipping, said a since-deleted Instagram post from an account thought to be owned by someone close to Drake's inner circle. Screenshots of the tweet went viral and fans started arguing about whether it was a jab at Kendrick. Was Drake envious? DJ MX then sent a spicy tweet that read, "Kendrick is attempting to be Mr. Morale once more. You believe you've fixed the culture after releasing one record and making a donation? Bro, firestorm." The responses blazed with energy fit for battle. Culture was shifted by Kendrick. Drake only made the decision to flee Canada in order to hide. Why do they get so upset when someone gives rather than flexes? Kendrick broke the cycle of quiet. For a period, a gap was obvious. One side saw manipulation, the other a messiah. As the tribute gained popularity, fan speculations and fake news went rampant. The madness followed. According to a phony tweet that went viral, Kendrick gave Rake a lifetime deal for more than 40% of his streaming income. Kendrick's covert pledge, another picture appeared. "When I make it, it will be a crumpled notebook paper with a barely readable scroll that reads to Rake. Age 13 fans flew into a frenzy after I got yuck. ... It was more than just respect. This was more than a simple homage. It was a promise. And Kendrick did just that. The questions that remain unresolved. Thus, everything we believe to be true is suddenly shifting. This was not a publicity gimmick. It wasn't an intentional attempt to show off to the industry. It took decades to develop and was deeply personal. But the questions are coming in quick succession now. Was the tribute the start of a bigger movement, or the one-time realization of a promise? After paying his dues, does Kendrick intend to retire from the music industry? Did other rappers remain mute since they knew about the Rake moment all along? Jealousy. Even stranger, a voicemail alleging this Rake thing has now been revealed, coming from an unidentified source. It's just the first stage. Wait the results of Kendrick's work with Nas. Hold on. An period coming to an end or a legacy in motion. Kendrick's Rake tribute is seen by some fans as the beginning of a new trend. Some worry that it's a farewell letter to the game. What else is there to prove, after all? Millions were donated by him. He rekindled the legacy of an icon. He was honest with the world and honored a promise he made as a child while no one was looking. However, aside from that one backstage remark, Kendrick has yet to say anything, i.e. a tweet, interview, or post. The light is necessary for the creators. What comes next then? Is Kendrick going to vanish into legacy? Is Rakim going to release an unexpected verse? Will the Heritage label rumor come to pass at last? Furthermore, what about the NAS secret track? It's no longer about charts in this new hip-hop era, so stay tuned. It's about who has the courage to actually alter the game. You are now aware of the reality. Writing bars wasn't all that Kendrick. Lamar did. History was written by him. He broke more than just records. He ended the rap industry's vicious cycle of self-centeredness. The man who lighted the first lamp received millions from him. He also lit the entire game on fire in the process. It's your time now, though. Tell us now by leaving a comment. Do you believe Kendrick made the correct decision? Was this a legacy power play or an act of true love? And while legends are still there to smell the flowers, who among the rappers should be the next to deliver them? Should the next on Ari be Nas? Is it time for J. Cole to join the movement? Or ought Kendrick to go even farther and launch that storied label about which we've been hearing rumors? Hip-hop is more than simply a sound. Thus, your voice counts. It's a culture. And everyone was just reminded of that by this action. So, hit the like button if you felt anything while viewing this. Sign up to be informed about every behind-the-scenes revelation, exclusive leak, and homage that will change the game. Because this isn't over, we assure you, according to people close to Rakim, the vault already contains a secret collab track. Additionally, Kendrick's team is getting ready to make another announcement that has the potential to completely change the business. When it drops, we'll be right here. Legends endure until that time, but only if we continue to tell their tales. Legacy and Dead Hash the Reels # Kendrick to Rakim just got going.